God, my hair. Oh, it's a mess. So this video is all about what I use on a daily basis for the baby. I'm basically going to just do a walkthrough of the house and show you. She is asleep. It's 10 a.m. and I look a mess and I'm in my pajamas because that's the only way I'm going to get this video done. I've been planning it for weeks and I just haven't been able to do it because of her. And mainly noise. Like, I can carry her and walk her around, but if she's crying, then that's a bit of an issue. So I'm currently in the spare room. We don't really have anything in here because it's kind of Sam's office and the spare room, but what we do have, I will show you, is a drawer dedicated to clothes that are too big for her right now. So I don't even know if I can open this because it's so full. Yeah, so basically that's a whole IKEA daybed drawer full of clothes for when she's 3 to 6 months and 6 to 9 months and then plus. So it's just things that don't fit her, but that she'll move into that's accessible, so it's not in the loft or the garage, and if it's in the loft or the garage it's just never going to be worn. So that is one room. The next thing is the bathroom. So in the bathroom what we do have is a baby bath, so I'll show you what that looks like. Baby bath, this is what we use to bath her. We also have a sponge, this, to wash her. That's all we need. If you don't want to use soap, then you don't have to use soap, but we do, and I will show you what that looks like. We are currently just using this really cheapy one, top to toe baby wash. We don't wash her very regularly, but it's just nice when she's just covered in sick, smells, and just needs a good old wash. So they're the things that we have in the bathroom. That's it. Really, really simple stuff. In our bedroom, we have more stuff. So it's actually such a mess in here, so just no judgment. Take a better shot. Next to me, bed, which we do use, but not all the time. I keep a towel in here because she leaks. Like sometimes when I'm feeding her, it leaks, so it gets really wet, so I use that to protect the bed. I also have, right now, because it's under the bed sheets, but I also have an Inco pad under the bed sheets, basically to protect the mattress from milk and wee and anything else that comes out of baby sick. So we do have a mattress protector and a bed sheet on top of that. But it's just so it doesn't ruin the mattress, basically, which I really recommend. My mum suggested towels and we had Inco pads. I was like, what's better than towels? Inco pads. So that's under the bed. We've got the next to me, which we kind of use occasionally if we're really, really tired, and if she's really tired and asleep, and she's okay to be in there, but she prefers to be in the bed with us, and I also prefer to be in the bed with her. The next thing we have, I just have to bend down and get it, is this. It is the caddy. This is the bed caddy. It's not tidy because life isn't tidy, and I want to be real with everyone. It's hard work staying tidy. But it just has like a really basic changing mat, a pack of nappies, a spare pair of clothes in case she wets herself at night, what's it called? A swaddle wrap thing. We also have like nappy cream and stuff like that, and this is baby massage lotion if we fancy it. We've only used it twice. And then nappies, I actually need to top this up. This is the last nappy in there, and cotton wipes, nappy bags, white noise machine, and more baby stuff. So that's pretty much all we have in the bedroom. Let me just put all of that back. Not tidy because I don't have time for that right now. Okay. And a bin. Make sure you have a bin so that you can throw your nappies in a bin. We'll just use a normal bin. We don't have a nappy bin. Oh, the Inco look like this. So if you don't know what an Inco pad is, it's basically a pad that you use and you can just put it under the bed. So the next room I'm in is going to be her bedroom. It is currently a mess. Like, her cot is full of cushions and bedding at the moment. But she doesn't use it yet. And you can put this in any room. It doesn't have to necessarily be in this room, but we put all of her stuff in this just to keep it tidy. So just any books that we've got, gifts. She's got this little suitcase thing that was given to her. We've got like memorabilia stuff from her baby shower, and also when she was born, like cards and stuff in there. But then it's just like kind of just like a general room. That's the messy cot with stuff in, and then bedding is underneath the cot in the drawer. But the only other thing that I say that I use really regularly are my breast pads, and I do keep them in here just for convenience and ease. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then these are our cute wedding photos. I love them. I love them so much. So that is all of upstairs. yeah, I'm just making sure that I've covered everything. That's the kind of, we have the least amount of stuff upstairs for her. We do keep the buggy, so that's why we keep the buggy. Not ideal, but it is really accessible. It means that it's safe. Like, we can't keep it outside rain, but also thieves. And also we don't want it in the garage because of inconvenience. We've got a few steps and the smell and the cold and lots of mice potentially. So yeah, so this is the next busiest room in terms of things for the baby. So this is the kitchen. I'm gonna start with this. This we bought when we had her. So we didn't realise we needed this. We just thought we could just use the side. But it wasn't ideal because of the amount of stuff and also the drying stuff. So this was really good. I think it was about £25 off Amazon. We've actually had compliments on it because other people have different ones and they're like, actually yours is much better. Don't really know why, but I really like the one that we have. So we use that a lot every day. We also use this. So we bought this bucket also in panic down in the local DIY store, just to be able to sterilise the bottles. So you can see that Sam's already been on it this morning, sterilising the bottles. And this has just been the easiest way for us to keep on top of cleaning it. We've got quite a good system. So we hand wash using the sink. Then we basically put it in there, sterilize with sterilised water. We use Milton tablets. So we just use these Milton tablets. At first we would just change the tablet or like change the water every single time we would use it, and then we realized it lasts 24 hours, so you just use one tablet a day because otherwise that's so expensive. But basically this is kind of the information that you'll need. But we wash the bottle as it says, and then we fill the water, the bucket, and then we just add the Milton tablet in. So it says a minimum of 15 minutes and then just renew the solution every 24 hours. And it literally just looks like a tiny little tablet. So that's how we sterilise our bottles, and then they dry on this rack. You can see that I also dry my breast pumps and anything associated to my breast pump on there, including dummies. We don't have any dummies on there now. Dummies. And the next thing, obviously, bottles. So we do have a variety of bottles. So I should have prepared this in advance, but I didn't. We've got these types of bottles. So these are Tommy Tippy bottles. Let me shut this disgusting cupboard. We have Tommy Tippy bottles, which are basically these ones. So we've got 3 of these. They go up to 260ml. And the reason that's important is because this bottle can grow with them. You just have to change the teat, I guess. We haven't changed any teats yet. So we're using a 1, I think, or a 1 teat. So we have 3 of these which we use, and we also use this. So this goes up to 150. So that's fine for now, but I think in a few weeks she'll be up to more than 150. So if you're solely bottle feeding or exclusively bottle feeding or formula feeding, you will probably need bigger ones than this, and this might be a waste of money. Like, I would just go straight to buying these ones. These are really useful for us because we are combi feeding, so she doesn't necessarily need 150ml all the time, although that's what is recommended. Sometimes she has the breast and then maybe like 30 minutes later she just needs a 30ml top up. It's really hard to know, but we can use, like, I started to just get used to knowing and being like, she doesn't need a whole 150ml. I fed her in 10 minutes ago, so just do 30ml or just do 60ml. So that's where these can be really, really useful. And the lids and teat and kind of the edging thing that attaches, I don't know what you call this, ring, that fits on here, but it also fits on this one. So you can chop and change, you can swap them. And it's not an issue, which is great because sometimes you're just like, I can't be bothered to match colours or whatever it is. So they're really useful. The other bottle we use is upstairs, but I can show you this one. This is a older teat, so this is a number 2. This is the Man bottle. Now you can sterilise these in the microwave. I've never done it, but I know you can. This obviously goes up to 260 as well, so this is a bigger bottle. I find this more comfortable to hold. when I'm feeding her. And also the teat is different to the Tommee Tippee bottles. It's shaped differently. So this is the Tommee Tippee teat, round. This is the mam teat, is kind of flat-headed. And it's supposed to be better for colic. Now, all the Tommee Tippee bottles say that they're colic okay, like they help with preventing colic. So do these, but I do think these are better just because of the way that they're designed. I find that she doesn't get sick when she has these ones, or burp. Like, she doesn't feel really gassy afterwards. And I feel like it controls the flow more for some reason, even though it's the same level as the Tommee Tippee one. It controls the level. So that is the mam one. I prefer the hold of this, but as I said, it controls the flow, so the feeds are slower, obviously colic related. So it depends if you want to be slow and deal with colic, or fast and slow and not have colic, or fast and potentially deal with colic. It doesn't always happen. Like, we don't really have a colicky baby. So that is my rant over the different types of baby bottles that we're using, but basically it's either Tommee Tippee or mam that we're using. So these are other gadgets that we use. Breast shells. I use these a lot at the beginning. You basically put them in your bra and they catch all of the excess milk. They're basically like this, which is the hacker, or the what's it called, ladybird. You can see it's shaped as a ladybird. This one's obviously bigger, so it'll be better for when I'm more full. I don't really know what the difference is, to be honest. I don't know if there's some sort of suction element related to this, because this feels a lot more sturdier. This one literally just catches, it's a shell, it catches any leakage. But I do use these, and I would recommend these if you have leaky nipples or you don't want to waste any milk. They are really useful. And if you've got sore nipples, they're a really good way to air out your nipples if you're out and about without having any like friction on your nipples. And also just being topless. Like, if you can't be topless, obviously outside, but let's say you're around the house and you've got family and friends over, but you want to air them out, I put these over and it's just a lot nicer. So yeah, these are breast shells, and this is your hacker or your ladybird. And the next thing we use is the Newbie Rapid Cool. This is amazing. I think it's a brilliant invention. So it came with these little pots, which I find really useful. We don't necessarily just use them for travel. So I think the concept of these is to carry your powder in them, but we use it on a nightly basis. So we pre-measure 5 scoops, 150 ml, in case of emergencies during the night and she's just really hungry and I can't breastfeed, or Sam needs to do it for whatever reason. So we've got that ready, so we're not tired and making a mess, basically. So I actually really like these. We also have, this is the main part of this whole contraption. So this just cools down the hot milk or the hot water like under 30 seconds. It's amazing. It tells you when it's cool from the colours. It's really simple to use, and it's not expensive at all. It's about, I think I bought mine for £25. I think it's usually 35, but I bought mine from Aldi in the special buys at the baby event. Amazing. So that's those. Let me just double check. I also have breast pump stuff, but I have done a separate video on my breast pump because it's in my chapter 3 maternity diaries, I want to say. So keep an eye out for that vlog, because I do talk about pumps in there. I'll briefly talk about mine now, but I have the Pipetta. It looks like this. It looks exactly the same as the new one that I bought, pretty much. So I have the Pipetta, and then I have this Kiss Bobo one, which is just like a Chinese cheapy one. This came with 2. This has one. This is one I borrowed from my sister-in-law. So and it's older, so it doesn't tell you how long you've got left, whereas this one gives you the time, and it also gives you the settings. So if I show you, you can see that it gives you information, like how many minutes, I don't know if you can see that, how many minutes, settings, so the levels and stuff like that. It's really hard to read upside down when it's flashing in the screen. Right, stop that. Yeah, so they're the 2 different ones that I use. I cycle through them. I've got 2 of these, so I can wear them at the same time. But I also find that difficult if I'm holding the baby. Like, if I'm holding the baby, I can have one on and then the baby's on one side. But if I have 2 on, you can't really hold the baby. So they're my breast pumps basically, and I dry them on that rack, which is also such a great buy. I don't get any commission from this, I'm not selling it, but I would really recommend the rack. I tried the Amazon affiliate stuff, and because I'm just don't have a big following, they pushed me out. They were like, you haven't made any sales in 3 months. So I was like, well, yeah, I'm just starting out, punk. So that is the situation. I'm going to pause you because I need to figure out what's next. Okay, so the last two things that I will be discussing in this kitchen is the dummies. So we just use these kind of newborn dummies. She's not really a dummy baby. She was at the beginning when we really needed her to soothe, but now she hardly ever uses the dummy, so it's a bit of a waste of money. But good for emergencies if she does change and she does need them. She used one briefly last night to soothe her for a little bit. It lasted about 15 minutes. That was it. And then the next thing I've got are these storage milk bags, which you can see. They're just great if you don't have any bottles for you. Like, I usually pump and then put the milk in a bottle, then put the bottle in the fridge. But if you want to freeze them, I guess this is much better for freezing. I haven't actually done it yet. And if, for example, you don't have any bottles ready, I've got these. But these are gifted to me from my friend. So I didn't actually buy them, but I do use them. So in the lounge, we have a lot more things going on. It's a bit cramped, but it's this is a freebie off my local freebie Facebook group. It's basically an electric swing. We do use it. She does love it. She sits in here and she likes to look at those pictures. If you can get a free one, great. I would never buy one just because they're so expensive, and also if you don't have the space, can be annoying. And she doesn't use this enough to justify the spend. You might have a different type of to us, and you might need something like that. So definitely go for it if you have a baby that really needs to be moved all the time. The next thing is our chest of drawers. It's for £5 in a charity shop. In the chest of drawers, you basically have everything. So you've got muslins in here. You've got clothes in here. More clothes, and then blankets in the bottom. We also use it to change her as a changing station, so cheaper than just buying like just a changing station. And then we have another caddy. Now, getting 2 caddies, we didn't get them. We were gifted this one and we were gifted the one upstairs. At the beginning I thought, oh no, it's really annoying, we've got 2, how annoying. It's great having one upstairs and one downstairs. Oh, is she awake?
Yeah, I need to change her.
Okay. Was she crying?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling.
Ages ago.
She was crying ages ago?
Yeah.
Did you help her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You've been filming for like 3 hours.
No, I haven't. 18 minutes. And I was upstairs for some of this time, so she wasn't crying then. Bad mum. So she's just getting changed on there, so I'll just go through the caddy. So we just have this pretty much the same things. Nappies, wipes, an extra changing mat that we were gifted, cotton wool balls when I clean her face in the morning, cotton wool wipes, which I also really like, and if I want to do a bit more of a body clean, a grooming kit, which we bought in like after a few weeks of having her because we wanted a brush, and this came with a few different things. I will show you this. So it comes with a comb, a brush, some sort of baby tweezer thing, looks rubbish. This little wash thing. I think you just like wash them with it. I know I used to have one for my face. The brush, which is really useful. I don't know what this is. Maybe it sucks things out. Who knows? A little toothbrush, I think. I need to read the instructions, but we only really use the brush and maybe the comb. Shove that back in there. A thermometer, though, that is good. Really good for if she's not well, and the doctors or the triage ask you if you've got a thermometer. I've been asked for a thermometer many times. Ooh, a little syringe thing, so I guess this is to feed her different things. A syringe spoon as well, which has the measurements on. So we just bought that from Amazon on the Amazon Prime Day. Otherwise I wouldn't probably spend money on something like that. And then we've got a few toys, like a little rattle, some stimulation books, and a body wash, which I have done down here before. I literally use this and some warm water, and I wash her body with it if she's stanky. Okay, moving on to the final few bits. So we've got this, which is really useful if she's sleeping and we're downstairs. She does prefer lying on her back, so rather than the swing, which is more upright, this is better and more soothing for her. And then finally, we've got this buggy, which shouldn't be here. I'm not even going to talk about this. This will be a whole other video. And that's pretty much it. So that's Dad changing her. Biggie. And I think that sums everything up. Buggy. I don't have anything else to talk about. We do have a secret stash of nappies. That's the one thing I'd also recommend. Is a secret stash of nappies. We there in that cupboard for emergencies if we run out of nappies and we've forgotten to buy some. So that is a video all about all the things that we use on a regular basis for the baby that I would recommend buying if you have a newborn. There are a few things in there that you could probably find more expensive or cheaper depending on where you're getting them from, depending on the brands and different things like that. So I hope it was useful. I would 100% recommend muslins. We use muslins so much. Like, we bought muslins and I thought like having 5 would be enough. And then so many people bought us more muslins. And I was like, oh, we don't need this many muslins. And we do. We do. Get all the muslins. Other than that, have a lovely day. Say bye, Vicky. Bye. You just want to scrub. A little scrub there. A little scrub.